What's good with y'all? I'm your host, Evan Wise. Today I'm kicking off the first ever episode of the street edition of the Wise Talk podcast. I got my homie Drake, and what he gonna be talking about today, I should say he got his own charity. Pretty much keeping kids out the streets, giving them something to do so they can stay positive, helping them play drums, giving them a new skill. We also be gonna be talking about Kaepernick and his new Nike campaign. Also, political views and how we need to get better as a black organization, as a people period, as a community. So, without more ado, let me go get my homeboy Drake. Y'all stay tuned.
Wise Talk. Wise Talk. This is Wise Talk.
You are now listening to that real talk, not cheap talk, but that wise talk. It's people dying, there's children starving, while major cities, they're still in power. These schools shout out these politicians, they don't even think and they don't even bother. They don't even talk and they don't even care. You know damn well they ain't about to share. No knowledge, no power. It's the divide, conquer, the power. Let's play opposites. The real talk, we on the same side. You better slide now, let it slide.
Everything good?
Yeah, man. What's going on with you?
Man, I see you working. Everything good with me.
Yeah, we got to. Everybody, man, this is my homie Drake, man. So, Drake, I see you got your little charity going on, keeping kids out the streets, keeping them with a positive mind state, and just trying to get them to develop a new skill.
Right.
So, tell me about how that got started and what made you want to do that, teach them how to play drums.
Well, man, it started when I was playing drums. It got me out of trouble. I was doing a lot of everything. And, my mom had me in football and sports, but that's more aggression. So I was just fighting every day, doing everything.
Exactly.
My godfather took me out, put me in, started teaching me how to play drums, and it saved me. So I just wanted to return the favor.
Pretty much any way that you can save somebody, or any way that you can, I guess, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Reach a person. Reach a person just by helping them grow, develop a new skill. I mean, I guess you just do it.
It was another thing that in our community we just don't have alternatives.
Exactly.
So they cutting budgets out of our music programs in school.
Exactly.
So that's another thing.
That's true.
That it's a study that shows that music helps kids in school and makes them better. There's a study that makes them better in school. So
well, it's crazy because I'm glad that you said it, because when you think about music also plays to the type of emotion, the type of mindset that you got going on at that particular time.
Right.
Like if you're angry, you're gonna listen to some angry music.
Right.
Like if you're in a mellow mood, you're gonna listen to some smooth stuff like some R&B. My personal favorite, I like the old school. So I'm on more of the OJs, the Luther Vandross and the Marvin Gayes and all that, and the little Johnny Taylors. That's just me. That's how I mellow my mindset out. But others, they got their own personal ways of what they do and how they do it.
Right.
You feel me? So y'all stay tuned with us, man. We gonna be walking around here. Me and my homie Drake, we gonna get y'all well acquainted with everything they got going on. Y'all stay tuned.
You are now listening to that real talk, not cheap talk, but that wise talk. It's people dying, there's children starving, while major cities, they're still in power. These schools shout out these politicians, they don't even think and they don't even bother. They don't even talk and they don't even care. You know damn well they ain't about to share. No knowledge, no power. It's the divide, conquer, the power. Let's play opposites, but real talk, we on the same side. You let it slide, now let it slide. That's a damn game and it's a damn shame. But who's to blame? Yet we to blame where they ride to fame. My people still.
The biggest topic that is going on right now is Colin Kaepernick and how he just did this Nike commercial with them. But it got a whole lot of people in an uproar, like you see on social media. They burning Nike shoes and they saying how much they don't like Nike no more. And people even trying to be creative, so-called be creative and start wearing Converse. Well, little do people know Nike bought Converse, so they start burning Converses too. So what's your take on that, especially seeing how Kaepernick was blackballed for kneeling for the national anthem, especially how other NFL players didn't really get involved with it when he first started doing it, and now you see this big epidemic in the NFL with now we have rules about what players should do for the national anthem. Should they stay in the locker room for the national anthem, or should they get penalized for taking a knee for the national anthem, or should they just stand like they would normally do? So, real quick, just give a show your breakdown, your thoughts on that.
Man, the NFL is smart, so they wasn't selling jerseys, they wasn't selling no shoes. We're showing players uniforms and none of that. So
Right.
this is a back door, you know what I'm saying? It's a smoke screen.
Exactly.
So how do I get these black people to get back into buying these jerseys?
Exactly.
If you remember last year, they came out and said, hey, our sales are dropping. It's about the flag and Colin Kaepernick kneeling. They got him out of there, so they wanted to boost those revenues back up. So
Exactly.
we partners. Nike knew what they were doing. They make money together.
Exactly.
So the ploy was, hey, put Colin as the face, so we can get these jersey sales back, so we can get support back into our product. It's the same thing. Nobody really cares about what Colin's talking about. They just want money. It's all around. It's a revenue stream. So
money is the motivation.
Yeah.
I like how you put that, because you know when we talk about, especially as blacks, it seems like when we get what we want, we forget what our natural cause was to get the attention that we needed. Like once we got that attention, it's like, okay, we got the attention, we cool. So we stop. You see what I'm saying? It's like I told my grandmother one time, her and her friend, I was like, people out here protesting and going about it all wrong. You can't protest the same way you did in the 60s and the 2000s. It don't work. The reason why I was so successful back then, because it was something new. It was something that had the opposer scared and mortified. Now it's like, well, we used to this. We know they're not gonna do nothing. They just gonna walk down the street with the picket signs and all that.
if you're not willing to die for your cause, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Nobody's afraid of a man who's gonna talk and not do anything.
Exactly.
A barking dog doesn't hurt me.
Facts.
So-
Dropping jewels on them. I like that.
You know, we can march. That's like a child who's throwing a fit.
Exactly.
What is it gonna solve? It doesn't solve anything.
Exactly.
So until we can ready to die for what we believe in and see the future for our kids, that they don't live through the same thing we're living through.
And you know, I think that's kind of it's crazy, because in the commercial, at the end of the commercial, he referenced something sort of like that. I forgot. I don't wanna say it wrong or misquote it, so I'm not gonna say it. So I think everybody that's seen the commercial by now, so they know what I'm talking about. But it's crazy because you talk about that as I was coming up as a youngin', Pops always told me, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I feel like we as a not only as blacks, but as a people, period, because there's only one race on the face of the planet, and that's the human race. If we can all remember and just think and say to ourselves, okay, well, we all got to share this planet together.
Right.
Why not make the best of it together? We can accomplish more if we come together than by fighting each other and trying to find out why I hate this person, or why I don't like what this person is wearing, or why I don't like this person's actions.
Well, D.L. Hughley said it best, man. He said, why they hate us is because the woman that they want desires us. So it's breed hate, right? So we just something different once we figure out what we are completely.
Exactly.
Then they know, because they have the hidden shit in Rome, and they know what we are.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. Dad, what was I about to say?
Go ahead, get on it.
No, let me ask you this. So, do you think another reason why they hate us so much is because they don't have a quote unquote their own culture? Their culture is pretty much ours, but they stole from us?
Well, who built England? I mean, who built Europe? Like, come on, man. We built that. So there was a study just said that the ancient Egyptians were European. right?
Right.
They neglect to tell you who established Europe first.
Exactly.
So they don't have a culture. We are the creators. There's only so many creators.
Exactly.
Everything that's created is created from us.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
if you want to dominate me, and you can't, there's only way that you can just say propaganda, Kaepernick, propaganda. Keep you down, keep you down, keep you down. Make you something that you're not.
Exactly.
So
Gentrification.
gentrification.
And
Everything.
pretty much in separation. It's a big factor that they play, especially with politicians. And we all hate politicians. Well, people that I know don't like politicians because hell, we ain't even got time to worry about that. Our main thing is if it ain't gonna affect, if it don't affect our household,
Right.
if it ain't helping our household grow, we ain't gonna worry about it. But the same thing, like I put up on Facebook the other day, is the same thing that you don't like about politics is the same thing that hurts you about politics. You see what I'm saying? We don't like politics because we feel like it don't affect us. If we not gonna get no growth. We not gonna see no change. But little do you know that if we don't change it ourselves, we'll never see that change.
Well, if you're playing in the same realm and rules, you can't change because the system is rigged that way, right?
Exactly.
So you have to destroy the system. You have to destroy the system. The system it work perfectly fine. It's just not meant for us to work in it. So
Exactly. So let me ask you this before you go any further. How do you feel like we should come about and destroy the system? Is there a way that you think we should see, that you see fit that we should destroy the system, or is it just collectively coming together and just being one under God?
So it's a collection. The more that we divide it, the more we can't work. Everything works in the system. A clock works in the system.
Exactly.
So if we don't have a system amongst ourselves, it doesn't work.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work.
Exactly.
That's why everybody around this whole universe always trying to down us, because we're never together. They call us black because it means ignorant, right? But
Right.
truthfully, black isn't a color, but they call us a color. But,
Right.
So it's just existence. But we exist anyway, no matter what happens. So we just come together and realize, hey, we are it. We are the justice. We are just us, Jesus, or just us, right?
Exactly.
So if we can do that, problem solved.
Problem solved. I like that. I was it's crazy, cause I was listening to this audio book, and the dude is the author's name is James Allen, and it's called As a Man Thinketh. And in this book, it talks about how pretty much man is the creator of his own destiny. Man is the king of his thoughts. Man can conquer anything if he or she, I should say women as well, he or she learns how to refocus their thought process and to think as such. For instance, everybody wants to be a part of the 1%. Right? But how do you become part of the 1%? You're already a part of the 1%. You just don't know it because you haven't trained your thought process to think as a 1%er, to take the risk as a 1%er takes, to do and discipline yourself as a 1%er does. So how do you do it? And in this book, it tells you as such. It tells you that the only reason why man has malicious actions is because he thinks maliciously. You see what I'm saying? The only reason why man has good intentions or woman has good intentions is because he or she thinks with good intentions. Good thoughts only produce good things. Bad thoughts only produce bad things. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like the more you listen to it, the more you pick up on it, and the more you start to refocus, and you say, hey, well, if we all knew about this, if we all read this, if we all was together in this, especially the black community, we can rise above anything.
Right.
Like, think about it. How do you have Black Wall Street? You have to have the thought process to think about building stuff for blacks, having stuff for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So if you never thought of it, you can never do it, or you can never achieve it.
Well, those things were forced upon us too. To be in the 1% and try to get that that billions and trillions of dollars, right? They went to wars and just took over whole continents, Africa.
Exactly.
Took over whole continents of North America, South America. We built those things. We explored this earth and figured everything's for everybody.
Right.
But to have that 1% mindset just means you have to be an animal, really.
Exactly.
You have
But
to have that mindset.
But everybody, but that's what it's saying. Everybody is an animal, but you just have to. I guess what it's saying, like, not only do you have to think that way, you have to add an opportunity to think that way. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? If the opportunity never presents itself, then you can't.
Well, that's
think
not
that.
our people nature, though.
Oh,
if
no,
you look at
no.
Mansa Musa, he just had so much money, he just wanted to give it to his people, right?
Yeah.
That's not our mindset. Our mindset is what's here is us. It's for everybody, right? So you go to Europe, they stuck in ice, can't eat in ice age, and they look at each other like, hey, you my next meal. Everybody's collective human. So we don't have that mindset. We can't train our mind to be that. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we win. We playing the game of that they're playing.
I think that how you beat it or how you win, quote unquote, is like this is just me and my honest opinion.
Right.
Having that thought.
Having that same thought.
Yeah, cause think about it. If you never had that thought, then you never act. You know what I mean? You never set out what it is to do. Like for me doing this podcast, I had to have a thought of doing a podcast in order for me to do the podcast. I didn't just get up and say I'm doing a podcast today. No, you got to think about it.
But
it's man, what am I trying to say? It's me having that opportunity or having that situation to where, okay, hey, look, I'm tired of this going on. Like, how do I get my voice out there? How do I get other people's voice out there that don't have a big platform out there to go out there and talk?
Right.
Like, what can I do? Like, how do I play my part? What is my role? Hold up. Let it come to me. How about a podcast?
But if you've been stripped of all knowledge, right, like we have, collectively, all around the globe, then if you've never seen that before, how do you know?
I never seen it, and I never seen it.
That's what I'm saying. We
it.
never seen the system that works before because they couldn't come through North Africa with the Moors and destroy whole Africa until they knew one thing, and they sent a spy. And I'm gonna tell you how they knew it. They sent a spy and they seen a man on the rock crying. The spy asked him. He said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I'm crying because my girlfriend left me." And he went back to the king and said, "Now it's time to attack." See, their focus was different. It wasn't on the math and the science and the art of war. It was on women and Jews and smoking and drinking and partying. That's what he knew to attack.
That's the Roman. That's the Roman lifestyle.
Right.
That's the Roman lifestyle. Because it all started from a Roman emperor. His name was Scipio Africanus. Scipio Africanus was a Roman emperor, and he wanted to rule. Hence, that's how you get the name Africa.
Yeah.
It was called Africanus at one point, but he didn't like it, so he took that part off. You're African. What Scipio Africanus did was, after he took over, whoever takes over, they get the name of him after them, yada yada yada. But after he took over, he had pretty much wanted everybody to glorify him. Okay, he wanted everybody to glorify what he just did, how he came over here, and how he just dismantled it and took it. Like he thought he was the man, but little did he know, nobody really didn't give a shit about him.
Right.
So what did he do? He made up a holiday. It's crazy. Christmas. Yeah. He made up Christmas himself. So since Jesus Christ, we got Christ, and then you just put must on the end of it, so it's Christmas. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it was more like how do I get these people to glorify me? How do I get these people, to worship me? Well, that's where you put the presents up under the tree.
Right.
You know what I mean? You put the presents up under the tree, they start to worship the presents and stuff. What's going on with y'all, man? What's up? We got some new faces out here, man. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling. We just out here dropping jewels, man. We podcast. So with him putting presents up on the tree, well, he thought, well, okay, well, putting these presents up under the tree and it'll get them to notice me. That these presents will make me feel powerful because they worshiping me now.
Right.
Really, it wasn't worshiping him. It was just how he thought.
It's simple.
Is it exactly like everything back then is a symbolism, and the symbolism of what you get from back in those days is what you get now.
Right.
How it also dismantles us. So, story goes on. At the end of it, I forget what ended up happening to him. I think he ended up getting taken over again. But the who? Yes.
Yeah, it was the Persians.
It was the Persians who came. It was the Persians who came and later took over him. But like that's how you to me in my eyes is that's what politicians now go through, and they go through whatever works from back in the day, and they say, okay, this worked for us back in the day, so this is what we're gonna do now.
Go back to the old saying.
Exactly.
If you don't know what your past is, you don't know the future. Right?
Exactly. And so we got two young brothers out here. So real quick, with y'all growing up, like what's your name? What's your name first? Derek. How old is you? 19. How old is you?
Jamal, 19.
19. So both of y'all youngins, right?
Yeah.
So growing up in the hood and seeing certain things, like how do you feel like politics affect you in a certain way, or how do you feel like society affects you in a way to where you can't grow?
I feel like it affect me in a way to like where I can't grow because people will like just look at me and see me like, oh, he got dreads, like, oh, he got goals, and it's like, oh, I'm already getting like labeled and just like I got a bad target on me. And it's like some white people like the conversation would be different, like it just be so different. Like I'll walk in the UDF and it's like I'll walk in, they don't say nothing. As soon as a white person walk in or anything, not even white or black, it's just like I'll just see it in everything, but I'm just saying like the white and black is
It's
powerful.
common, and it's
common.
exactly, it's powerful.
So it's like I'll walk in and they won't say nothing to me, and then the white person will walk in and it's just like, hey, how you going? Like, how's your day? And I just be like, dang, y'all ain't see me come in. Like,
Right.
It's crazy, but no, I don't say too much.
Nah,
I
they
just-
trying to kill us off for real. If you really think about
Speak
it,
on it, speak
they
on
trying to kill us off. Y'all really need to hear this. They trying to kill us off, but y'all really don't know white people need us for real. So they, once we gone, it's over. Remember that they trying to kill us off.
Speak on it.
Y'all
speak on it.
killing each other. Y'all keep killing black on black. Why not stand up for ourselves for real? Stop buying they merchandise. Stop doing all that. Invest in yourself. I'm not trying. I'm only 19. I'm trying to be set by 22.
Yeah.
I'm not finna be in the streets. My mom ain't raised nobody like that. What?
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
over. It's finna.
Exactly.
It's getting real out here. It's 2018. It's time to grow up.
And there's too much legal ways you can get money. Fuck the illegal stuff. There's too much legal ways to get money out here.
Being in the streets ain't nothing in the streets. I swear to God, it's nothing in the streets. It's fast money, but fast money comes
I
with
want
a
to touch
price.
on, bro, like you said, with the dreads and everything. Man,
Exactly.
you know,
I already know what he
we
going
gotta
through.
stop doing that. We got to stop doing that to our own people too,
Exactly.
man. Because everything black is beautiful, man. Y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You let the white people tell you how to think and feel about your own kind. If you see goals and dreads, nigga, that's what your grandma had back in the South.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we all came up with, somebody with goals in their mouth.
Right.
Need to
Exactly.
stop that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, it gets to a point where you see, or you feel that okay,
Yeah,
when we do that, like I just feel
Feel it,
dirty
like,
politicians
yeah.
just sitting
Yeah,
back
I
in
mean,
the
you
chair
don't gotta
laughing
say
like,
nothing. It's people looking at me a certain kind of way, and I know what you think.
exactly, like, and it's crazy because I got that same problem. Like it's like no matter, and it gets to a point where it's like no matter,
Dreads.
yeah, no, it's like no matter how
Come
well
about
you
it,
dress,
yeah.
no matter how polite you are,
They don't care.
it's still a way for them to be like,
And another thing about the dreads, you know, they demonize it with Medusa.
oh my god.
So that came from the African ladies wearing dreads and the African men wearing dreads, and they demonized it saying that if you look at those people with dreads, that you'll turn to stone. So that's how they demonize it first. So, man, cut all that shit out, man. Everything we
Exactly,
do,
man. Like-
we are the creators of this earth.
Exactly.
What we do is, it matters. They just capitalize off of it.
Exactly.
So y'all learn it.
It's like, I mean, and
Come on, man.
it's even more crazy because, I mean, not only do you got, I'm 28, I'm 2 years away from being 30. You know what I'm saying? You got my homie Drake right here, man. He done already lived through.
I'm 38.
Exactly. You feel me? And then you got the youngins over here telling you.
We
So
on the
you
same
got
page.
you got 3 different age groups telling you what the real is.
I'm glad we on the same page.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I'm
And,
saying?
and it's
We're on the
crazy
same page,
because
for real.
even and it goes to show you that just because a person might not look like you, he might not act like you, he might not dress like you, that don't mean y'all ain't a part of the same goal. Our whole goal, everybody goal right here in this circle is to help each other grow and get this money.
That's all.
You just heard my man say it's too many legal ways to get money. There's too many legal ways to get money. Y'all need to stop out here listening to these damn rap songs. Everybody talk about somehow I used to be on the corner slanging rocks. You used to be on the corner slanging rocks. You ain't making no money.
You a lie.
You ain't
less
making
than
no
minimum
money.
wage.
Cause soon as you get locked up, they gonna see you with a gram and they gonna give your ass 10
You're
years.
gonna be right in the category with all the
Exactly.
murderers and people who really.
And then what you gonna do? So it's like and that's what brings me back to this book, As a Man Think. Okay. Because it also talks about thinking for yourself. Once you learn how to think for yourself, you learn how to evolve yourself. You know how to, again, refocus yourself and put your energy that was once bad into something good and to make that stuff grow. You got my man right here. He just said, once again, there's too many legal ways to make money. Let him take that same energy. He just said he want to be set by 22. They both take that same energy. I bet you. You see this guy by the age of 22, I
That's it.
bet you he gonna be set.
That's it.
It's his mindset, man. It's a mindset. These dreads, man, they don't represent thug. They don't represent murderer. They don't represent gangster. To me, they represent wisdom, man. They represent patience.
Yeah.
And I just like the way they look. I ain't even gonna purchase it. You know what I mean? You know, and you know, so we like you think of it like this. If I ain't reaching you, African American, blacks generate 1.2 billion trillion dollars every year, and that's just by us buying their products. Nike socks, Nike shorts, Jordans, Timbs. You know what I'm saying?
Half the time they don't even want us in it.
Exactly.
They don't.
Exactly.
We gotta stop that. Stop buying they stuff.
Exactly.
Go create your own stuff and sell it to the black community.
Put your face
Don't wear Jordan. Jordan don't like black people. He up there building prisons. No offense, but Jordan don't like
Oh,
black
it's
people.
see that was.
Yeah.
So that's it. You see, but you see,
That's a
but
divide
I'm
and
glad
conquer.
you brought that up.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a divide and conquer. So now that you seen that, and now that you heard that, it's like I believe that now.
Right.
But once we go do the research for
Yeah,
ourselves and we find out, okay,
He
nah,
been giving
it's-
money. He been giving money,
like,
scholarships before.
yeah,
he just
like-
don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, is this dude okay? How am I demonize something? And it goes back to what you were saying earlier, Drake. How do you dismantle the black community? You demonize it. You generalization. You gentrification it. Like you label it
Propaganda
something.
machine.
Like, exactly. You label it something that it's not.
Right.
White man, Michael Jordan. We all love Michael Jordan. We
Yeah,
all
right.
used to see what he used to do in the court.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why we love him. We know his background. Like he came literally for nothing. You see what I'm saying? So to say they take the biggest, one of the biggest famous black icons and demoralize his name is how you get other young souls to believe and walk behind that, because we not gonna go out and look it up for ourselves.
Right.
They say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan,
And then
he's
they put
doing
it on
that.
the-
It's
Right.
like, oh hell no, I ain't buying J's no more. But when you actually research it for yourself,
Right.
you realize, no, it's another dude named Michael Jordan who
Yeah.
sit behind the desk all day and is just banking off a prison system.
And that ties into banks. So
Exactly.
that's
What's their name? The Rothschilds.
ties into banks.
Rothschilds. But That's all we got for today, man. I thank y'all for joining us on the episode of the Wise Talk podcast, man. We got the youngin' and we got the OGs out here, man. So y'all make sure y'all tune in next time on the street edition of the Wise Talk podcast. I'm your host, Evan Wise. We over and out. Peace.